This would be Thursday, October 1st. We're in October. And my regular class is we get to take a look at Haiku and a poem called Unjust and some other stuff. See, on here, half day tomorrow. We have our 9-week assessment coming up on Monday, which means you're going to need to read these 3 stories. So make sure you go to my website, download the 3 stories that are on the 9-week assessment tab, because you'll need those by Monday. I'll send out the Remind 101 to help you in case you forget on Sunday. If you show up and don't have them read, you're out of luck. All I can do is laugh at your tears.
Just like every day.
Nice, so done. Rhyme scheme. We started getting into rhyme scheme yesterday. I want to go through it again with you just a wee bit and sort of test it and see how well your brain is working with it. I think you guys have this poem. If you have it and you want to write it down, that's absolutely fine because we're going to have quizzes coming up. A rhyme scheme will be on there, and the more examples, the easier it makes your life. But if you don't, that's fine also. And we'll just go through and have you write it on here, or sorry, just do it out loud, and we're just going to use it as an actual poem. We're not going to try and break it down and understand this one yet. Dear?
Where do we find that poem?
On the handouts.
What?
There's 2 of them, so if it's not on one, it's on the other. I don't know which one. The ones that you downloaded from my website?
Just before we went to lunch?
I don't know. No, the other poem. Nope.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Throughout the year, we've been downloading handouts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those. The ones that you don't have because you don't have your handouts.
Oh, okay.
Good job. All right, so as we go through and take a look here, my first line, my body a rounded stone. What letter does the first line always get?
A.
Nice look. A. We go to our next line, smooth seams. What letter does that get?
B.
Go you. Snake.
C.
Now, as we go along, it starts getting a little tougher because you have to keep going back and looking at all the previous lines. You never know when a tricky line's coming. Projective.
D.
Sleeves.
E.
And I've seen both. I'm going to say it does not rhyme because even though it's close, but it just ends in an S. Sleeves and seams, not enough to count it. So if they don't rhyme, what letter does it get?
E.
Good job.
I was right.
Within,
F. F.
which also means chin is
F.
nicely done. And the last one is
G.
good job. G. Now, let's see how smart you are. I have one shiny monkey treat. If you can do the next stanza without the help of anyone else but you and your brain, and we'll see how it goes. All right, Pharrell, you ready? You have to stand.
Okay.
Ready? My back is my roof.
H.
Good. Home.
I.
This is correct. And I had kids try to argue that home and stone rhyme. They're close, but once again, I don't think enough for actual rhyme scheme. They're similar, but not rhyming. Walks.
J.
Stone.
A.
Nicely done. I thought you'd missed that one. Lake.
K.
Not K. That's your one mistake you're allowed.
Oh!
Not O either. We haven't gotten there.
No, I know what it is.
So just Pharrell.
I know it. Uh-huh.
Then say it.
Oh, it's Pharrell!
Down, Tiger.
Come on. J?
No! 20 minutes later.
No! I know it! I can help you!
So can Bear. Bear?
C. Okay, it's, wait. 1 minute. It's C. It's B.
No, it's not.
Wait.
20
C.
minutes.
Lake
Oh,
and snake.
Why do
20
you
minutes
say
later.
C?
It's C because lake rhymes with snake.
Nicely done.
I didn't see that.
It was so sneaky of us hiding it right in front of you. And then dust.
Okay.
Tenderly. You seemed so confident a moment ago. Bone.
Oh!
No, we're still not to know yet.
No!
No. Home. Home and bone don't rhyme.
You stop.
20 minutes later.
Is correct. That's where the A comes back in. Told you, see? All of a sudden learning and kids start losing points. It's weird. But I want to learn. Well, find out here. Bryn, you seem to be all fancy on that one. So Bryn, stand up. One more monkey tree. I have another poem. It's not on your handout. It's just going to be up here and in your brain. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Cole.
It spells hijack LA in the last word.
Wait, what?
Hijack.
Apparently it's trying to give you a subliminal message that you also become terrorists and then go over to California and hijack the entire city. That was very subtle of the poet to do that. Who saw that coming? Alright. This one says, My Quick Poem by Deandra Campbell. This is my poem about words and such. I like writing it so much that I am babbling like a brook or stream. Did you get my funny?
No.
Ready?
A.
A.
B.
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 C.
C.
A.
A.
Wait, no. D.
Are you sure? There's two different choices. Which one do you go with?
Let me think. D.
Okay. And then?
E.
Good job, Grizzle.
No, wait, no, I don't.
That was all we had of those. Don't worry, we have other learning, more chance for you guys to get excited about learning and lose points.
Wait,
That's the way you guys are going. I want to lose points too. Don't worry, you'll have a chance. Now, you're going to take a look at, on the poem sheet, one of them says haiku. And you're going to go over the one that has haiku, has a little section that looks like this, and we're going to do haiku learning next.
I hate haikus.
Yeah, I hate kids who talk out loud. On this one, with haiku, you can either read what it says on there or read up here. It's the same information either way. Thanks for volunteering, Rebecca. We'll have you read that out loud for us, and we're going to find out about haiku.
A haiku is a three-line poem of Japanese origin containing 17 syllables. There are 5 syllables in the first line, 7 syllables in the second line, and 5 syllables in the third line. Such a poem must communicate meaning through very few words and should have one idea or topic per haiku. The subject matter of haiku is usually drawn from nature.
Nice enough. Many of you guys have experienced haiku at one point or another through schooling, which is fine. I enjoyed haiku. For the most part, I just want to touch on them here so that you're familiar with them again. Haiku, they're short. How many lines?
3.
Total of 3. You have example haiku on there, in case you forget how a haiku works. Haiku does not count words, they count syllables. And syllables, once again, is where you can, when words break up, and there's 3 different ways of counting syllables. There's the beginner method, which is the jaw drop. Every time my jaw comes down, that is a syllable. And you can count syllables that way. Just be careful when you do it. Don't move your hand at the same time. I am counting syllables, 25. It doesn't work that way, because if it just makes your hand stay straight. Eventually, you can move up to clapping monkey method. Clapping monkey, you can just go through and go, I can now count like a professional. And you can count that way. Until eventually you bump up to the advanced method. And advanced method is just doing it on your hands. Look at me, I am counting for you now. And so you can just count them like that way. Our first line, how many syllables are in it?
5.
5. Second line?
7.
7. Third line?
5.
5 again. For a total of?
17.
17. Plus, how many different things should one haiku be about?
One topic.
1. So don't jump around all over the place. Focus on, because they're so short, you have to focus on one thing. That one thing normally comes from what?
Nature.
They should be non-man-made things, nature. Rocks or trees or beautiful sunsets and stuff like that. The thing is, I find those boring. So oftentimes I'll do what are called attack haiku. And I'll explain how attack haiku work in a moment. But first, example of haikus. You have little piggies are rolling around in the mud. I hear the oinking. 5, 7, 5. Pigs, definitely nature. Bacon, not nature. Pigs are nature's version of bacon. And so it focuses on one topic. Second one. Broken and broken. Again on the sea, the moon so easily mends. The idea here being is that when you're out there on the beach and you see the moon reflecting off of the ocean waves as they're coming in, that would be the moon breaking up and over again. And then squirrels are in the trees. I can hear their chattering. I am dodging nuts. So once again, dealing with nature and all the stuff happening there. Now, I have 3 haiku that have failed Haiku Elementary. Let's see if you can figure out why these haiku have failed. I haven't shown them to you yet. But I just like failure. It's okay, Sharon. Rocks are really hard. They are used to hold down grass. Some are just brown. So this one has failed, Haiku Elementary. Why has it failed? Aaron?
The last line has 4 syllables.
Some are just brown. Nicely done. So that one has failed because there's only 4 syllables in the last line. Why did this one fail? The dogs are jumping. Look at trees over there. I just saw a fish. Jeremy?
They're not on the same topic.
Nicely done. Kind of jumps around a lot. We have a little bit of an ADD issue. Not focusing on one thing. Qualifies. Breaks the rules. And the last one. Cell phones are so cool. I love texting all my friends. Read my words, people! Luke?
It's not about nature.
Not about nature. So, for the most part, I want to make sure you're familiar with how haiku work. I will randomly use haiku throughout class now that you are familiar with what they are. And I will often do what are called attack haiku. Look at all, so many slow kids. They are standing in my class. I bet their feet hurt. And so that would be an example. If you only worked, but you don't because lazy. Now I torture you. And so forth like that. Kid with hand raised up. I will just ignore you now. Are you going to cry? And so I like to throw out just random ones like that. Channel!
How is it attack haiku?
It's a haiku.
Haiku.
And I'm attacking you.
What? And because you're going to just be out of the blue. It's not really attack.
You are a sassy little child. Respect me now, or I take your points. Boom. Aaron?
How are those haikus when we're not around nature?
That's why I said I like to do it. That's why I just got done saying I don't do those. I do the attack haikus, which don't focus on nature. That was the attacking part. I like haiku. The focusing on nature is too limiting. It doesn't allow me to attack children. So I want to focus on the ability to attack children. Some more than others. Alana?
Attack. When you were making up your own about the class, and you said, "Are you going to cry?" That was 6, not 5.
Are you crying now? Boom.
Boom!
That was 6.
Now you're gonna. Yeah, I know. The boom was just an extra one I threw. That was starting my next one.
That's not perfect haiku.
So now we're gonna take a look at a poem called "Unjust." And working on those of you who keep yelling out loud for some reason to see if I'm really going to charge you points, apparently going to find out how well that works. So on your sheet, you're going to find a poem called "Unjust." Go to the one that says "Unjust." And we're going to help you out with that. Then, this poem I like because the first time we go through and read it, it is going to confuse you and make your head hurt. And then we're going to go through and study it. And then by the time we get done, like, Mr. Brovicast, that was easy. Why was I so dumb before? And the answer is, you're always dumb. It's okay. So we're going to try and help undumbify you here with the next part. The first thing, Brady, what is a, what do you call those things? What's a stanza?
Like a paragraph of a poem.
Works for me. Paragraph in a poem. Gardner, how do we know when a stanza ends?
There's a space in between.
Nice one. There is the space in between. Jumper, in our poem, "Unjust," the one that's behind me here, let me disappear because it's easier on your sheet. How many stanzas do you think we have in the poem "Unjust"? Because we definitely have a little bit of, Mr. Brovicast, this poem's kind of crazy. Don't worry. By the time we get done, you'll understand.
9.
You said 9? Okay. For you guys, count them also. Now I'm going to see if you guys agree. Rebecca?
I feel like this poem went through like the printer problem.
It did. All right, talk about it. It went
Your
through
head's
a
in
poet
the way.
problem.
Your
All right.
head's in the way.
Now that you've counted them, do you think, raise your hand if you say we have less than 9. Raise your hand if you say exactly 9, she was dead on. Raise your hand if you say, no, more than 9. Let's find out.
You're wrong.
So starting here, we have 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space, 5 space, 6 space, 7 space, 8 space, 9. Nice one. So a total of 9 stanzas as we go through and do that one. Luckily, Adam volunteered to read the first 4 stanzas. It was very nice of you. Thank you. But Andrew was upset he didn't get to read, so Andrew, you get to do 5 through 9. And you'll read them in your best voice. If you're not sure where that split is, this is 1 through 4, and then this is 5 through 9. And what my goal for you is, as they read it, figure out 1, when is our poem taking place? 2, who is in the poem? Can you find any characters? 3, work not to just yell out loud because you're enjoying learning. Okay, go for it.
In just spring when the world is malicious.
Mud luscious.
What?
Mud luscious.
Malicious. What?
Mud
Mud.
luscious.
Luscious.
Nailed it.
The little lame balloon man whistles far and wee, and Eddie and Bill come running from marbles and
Piracies.
and it's spring when the world is a puddle wonderful.
The queer old balloon man whistles far and wee, and Betty and Isabel come dancing, and hopscotch and jump rope, and it's spring, and the goat-footed balloon man whistles far and wee.
Nicely done. Mr. Brovicast, did the poet have a stroke? That doesn't make any sense.
I know.
It's okay. When we get done with it, you'll trust me by, oh, that was easy. Why was I so dumb? And once again, you're always dumb. It's okay. Now, as we go through it, when is it taking place? Characters in there. Find me evidence. In just spring, when the world is mud luscious, the little lame balloon man whistles far and wee. And Eddie and Bill come running from marbles and piracies, and it's spring when the world is puddle wonderful. The queer old balloon man whistles far and wee. And Betty and Isabel come dancing from hopscotch and jump rope, and it's spring, and the goat-footed balloon man whistles far and wee. First off, when is our poem taking place? Excuse me. Pharrell,
Spring.
where's your evidence?
It says in just spring.
Nicely done.
I love spring.
It says spring. Now, we actually have evidence in the poem to tell us what part of spring. Beginning, middle, or end. Can you tell me beginning, middle, or end of spring using the poem? Alana?
Kind of towards the beginning,
Why?
because it says there's a lot of puddles.
What comes before spring?
No.
So, what season comes before spring? Winter. Nicely done. So, the part where it says in just spring is, and the fact that we have our mud luscious and the puddle wonderful, means we're at the very beginning of spring. Imagine this is our timeline. This is winter. This is spring. This line is where we go from winter into spring. And you're running along, winter, 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 spring, spring. Right there, that little line you're crossing. Spring, you're just getting into springtime. That's where we are. Where you are just stepping into spring. The problem is, back here, what's on the ground?
Snow.
What happens to that snow when we get here?
Melting.
So what happens to the ground?
Wet.
Nicely done. This word, mud luscious, is one that he makes up. Well, do you guys know what luscious means?
Delicious.
Not bad.
Dapper.
Luscious means something that you want. If I say, hey, I have food, this is a luscious pile of food, is it something you want more of or want to throw away?
More of.
You're like, oh, yeah, luscious food, that's the same thing here. So mud luscious, we're going to be dealing with little kids in the springtime with mud. And how do little kids feel about mud in the springtime?
They want to roll around and eat it.
They have issues. Those are adorable little mud babies I found. And so here, they're obviously really enjoying the mud, the whole mud luscious thing, and the puddle wonderful, stuff like that.
I told you
Mud
they eat
babies
mud.
have issues. And so, we have the beginning of springtime. Keep that in mind. And we have a character. Who's our main character we introduce into it? Adam?
Balloon Man.
Nice. We bring in Balloon Man. What is a balloon man? Oh, Zach.
A guy who sells balloons.
Nailed it. Guy that sells balloons. Oftentimes, if you go to a carnival, a fair, a circus, there'll be a guy walking around who's like, get your balloons, get your fresh hot balloons. He's walking around selling balloons to people. There was even a movie made about a balloon man. Made millions of bajillions dollars.
I know it. I have them.
He was a balloon man. If you remember the beginning of the movie, he starts off at the zoo and he's going around selling balloons, and he's a man, balloon man. And so he is a balloon man. We have an adjective describing our balloon man. Adjective, that's a big word. Tommy?
Lame.
Lame! Unfortunately, we won't get a chance to finish the poem today. We will finish it. It won't be tomorrow. We have another fun thing we get to do tomorrow. Can't be on Monday, because what are we doing on Monday? 9-week assessment. So when's the day we're going to finish this? Tuesday. You're just going to have to survive being dumb until then.
Yay.
Mr. Brovicast, I've been dumb my whole life.